beautiful but wet snowflakes floating down, blanketing Louisville at 7:30. People wishing they had an umbrella for the Friday night snowfall. It's a gift from above after unusually warm February days in the 60s. We wondered this year, would the city even see another snow before the Kentucky Derby? Dancing around the downtown skyscrapers, these snow flurries not worried at all about paying a toll as they cross into Indiana. We have a front row seat to this nice return to winter, at least for the weekend, right now on the WHAS11 night team.
And we open tonight with Bella Via, played on this station since 1978. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Prophet. Wind chill factors, the big story tonight. Meteorologist Colleen Peterson is going to be tracking those falling temperatures. And Colleen, Kentucky Transportation in Louisville just said that the roads are mostly wet in Louisville and the 8 counties around us, but those road crews will start salting if they happen to freeze over.
Which is good because that's going to be the biggest impact, right? The roads are wet and some overpasses could freeze overnight. Here's the view at E-Town. Yes, we did see snow that far south. I-65, here's that live view. The roads are wet, but that accumulation is mainly in the grassy spots. Really nice and clear here on the roads. But again, the wet roads could create some slick spots. How much snow do we see today? At the airport, officially 0.4 of an inch. Highview, Kentucky and Jefferson County got 1.8 inches. I think that's the big winner here in town around the metro. Crestwood, Kentucky got an inch, just a little over and a little under in Buckner. Ferdinand, Indiana also took that winning prize at 1.8 inches. Middletown also saw some snow, but also E-Town a 1/2 inch. And then that last report, the farthest south here in our county, 0.2 of an inch, maybe 1/10 of an inch even farther south. Now this snow picked up around 4 p.m. here in downtown around 7 p.m. and now all of that snow is off into eastern Kentucky. Here's a live view of that radar. We're not concerned about any more precipitation, just the freezing roads now overnight. Temperatures right now 33 degrees, going to get to 23 degrees overnight tonight. It is going to be a very frigid forecast. So when we're talking about temperatures in the 20s with some wet roads, icy spots are possible. I'll talk more about your impacts for your weekend ahead coming up. Doug?
Colleen, thank you. We have more details tonight about the breaking story we showed you at 6. 3 people, including children, are injured tonight after a car drove right into a restaurant on Bardstown Road in the Highlands of Louisville. You can see the large hole left behind at the Roots restaurant. This is near Beechwood Avenue. In an update, LMPD says the car was turning left and was hit by another car in the rear, pushing it right into the restaurant. As you can see the tracks here. Police say the car pushed objects around inside the store, which hit 2 kids who were inside the restaurant. Those kids and the driver of the car were transported to the hospital where they are expected to survive. The restaurant tonight said it would be posting updates about its future and recovery on its Facebook page. All new hit tonight on the night team. Residents in Clark County, Indiana could be seeing an extended offering of services soon. The Township Fire District in Sellersburg has announced it'll soon be offering ambulance services to the area. Clark County is experiencing huge growth with more residents moving there. The fire chief is talking with WHS11 night team's Connor Steffen tonight.
Inside the fire station of Township in Sellersburg, Indiana.
Our medical calls have increased.
Crews are always on the move. And according to Fire Chief Amir Masavi,
And our mission is to save life.
So is the station itself.
Over the last few decades, fire service has really been pushed into the arena of medical calls.
Township Fire was previously privately owned, but is now a governmental entity, serving Silver Creek, Carr, and Union Townships, which includes the town of Sellersburg, portions of the town of Clarksville, and Memphis, Indiana. To better serve its community, Township Fire and Rescue is preparing to offer ambulance services.
It's just what we call a force multiplier. We're looking at our capacity to see if we can put 2 ambulances on duty. I think with 2 ambulances, we'll be able to cover our own area very effectively.
Funding would come from the fire station's general operating budget. Musavi says about 68 to 70% of the calls for service coming into a station are medical calls. It's why he's since required all firefighter EMTs become advanced EMTs.
We were able to have 5 paramedics on duty today, which means our community really had great coverage.
And that community is a major reason for the growing need for service.
In the last 10 years, there's been well over 20% increase in the Township fire protection area.
That population isn't just growing, it's getting older too.
That means there's going to be a surge in need for services.
Chief Musavi also points to the upside for an area that's offered private EMT services.
My opinion, based on my years of training, education, and experience, is that critical services need to have more oversight from government and likely provided by government.
Private services offered in the area include new Chapel EMS. A WHAS11 News Focus investigation found it had an average response time of 10 minutes and 58 seconds, bringing robust service to an area growing and in need. In Clark County, Connor Steffen, the WHAS11 night team, on your side.
By the way, in our report tonight, we mentioned new Chapel EMS. If that sounds familiar to you, we've been reporting about it for months now in relation to the former Clark County, Indiana Sheriff Jamie Knoll. He's accused, of course, of using money from new Chapel EMS to buy cars and even a plane for his personal use as owner of the company. Jamie Knoll is no longer affiliated with New Chapel EMS and the company. Matt Owen, the chief deputy of New Chapel EMS, says the organization is doing an internal review of its finances and will be contracting with a third-party auditing company. All news since 6 tonight. A man is dead after a shooting in the Jacobs neighborhood of Louisville earlier tonight. Police responded to the shooting on Craig Avenue near Strader Avenue just after 7:30. When officers got there, they found a man who had been fatally shot. Right now, police say they have no suspects. Anyone with information who can help detectives should call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. The Jefferson County coroner released the name of the UPS employee killed at UPS Worldport yesterday afternoon at the airport. Police say it was an accident that took the life of 46-year-old Dallas Carroll from Georgetown, Indiana. He was hit by a semi-truck at about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Officers say he died at the scene. The coroner also ruled it an accident, but says the cause of death is still pending. New tonight, the UPS Teamsters Union has released its statement on social media. They say, quote, "Whether in a factory or a semi-truck, many of our members perform very physical labor and are consistently working on or near heavy industrial equipment. It is often overlooked that a simple accident in such an environment can endanger lives." They go on to say tragedies like this should serve as a reminder to us all to always be vigilant and constantly look out for one another when at work. End quote tonight from the Teamsters. Standstill traffic along Brownsboro Road near Norton Elementary School this afternoon. As we took a look at it today, traffic like this is becoming a common trend around JCPS schools during release times. This was the scene this afternoon as school was letting out for the day at Norton Elementary. JCPS officials confirming that car ridership is now up 5% compared to last year. The pickup lines, though, are spilling into major highways like US 22. It's gotten worse since the bus transportation disaster that started off the school year. Metro Council member Scott Reed has heard from residents demanding a fix to traffic jams drivers see nearly every weekday afternoon. Drone footage from Metro Police shows the backup from above, showing right here. The backups no longer just impacting parents. Businesses along Brownsboro Road are now starting to feel the impact.
We book all afternoon, we're booked solid, but now that little block of time, just about every day, is blank.
We can facilitate conversations, we can get parents involved, we can get the LMPD involved, but ultimately this is a JCPS issue and they need to solve the problem.
Reed's office has proposed potential fixes like creating double carpool lanes on the backside of the school campus. Another idea is to use a nearby church parking lot to hold additional cars. For Norton, JCPS officials say they're also looking into expanding parking lots and traffic flow on school properties where there's enough land to work with. Nelson County parents are demanding better answers and taking legal action, suing the school district over plans to merge two high schools. During a hearing today, an attorney for the parent group that brought the lawsuit argued that the Nelson County School Board is making too many decisions behind closed doors. He also says he hasn't received evidence from the school board in a timely manner. However, defense attorneys argue turning over some of the requested documents could violate school board members' privacy. They're concerned the emails and texts requested could go public and be taken out of context. Jeff Parrish is not part of the lawsuit, but is a Nelson County parent. He also says there's a glaring lack of transparency from the school board.
Our community has not been met with any response to emails, phone calls, text, community forum invitations, town hall invitations from our board, and it's unacceptable.
The next hearing for the lawsuit is scheduled for March 15th. If all the deadlines set by the judge are met, those emails and texts from board members will be in the hands of the family's lawyer by March 1st. New tonight, if you were out driving tonight and saw long lines and jammed parking lots around Catholic churches and VFW posts, you know the season. It's the first Friday of Lent, and that means in Kentuckiana, folks are gathering at their local parishes for a fish fry. Night team photojournalist Elijah McKenzie headed to St. Anthony's on Sherwood Avenue and Clarksville, Indiana, and then to St. Martin de Porres at 31st and Broadway in West Louisville.
We are here at St. Martin de Porres Fish Fry. What do you want to say? What is really the biggest thing you like at the fish fry?
I like the cornbread.
In the season of Lent, we do prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, which is like the three pillars of what we're trying to do. We're trying to pray more, we're trying to eat differently, maybe sacrifice a little of our favorites, whatever our favorites are, and then almsgiving.
360 pounds of fried fish, 3 cases of green beans, 2 hours time.
And any dessert?
I was a convert from a Protestant church. You know, we would have fish fries at the Methodist church maybe once a year that we would have a fish fry. So on a regular basis as far as for Lent or anything like that. That was new, and especially like, you know, not eating meat on Fridays or stuff like that. It was kind of new to me.
Girl, these potatoes smell so good. We have coleslaw, green beans, mac and cheese, fried potatoes, which is one of our biggest sellers, is the fried potatoes, and especially cornbread.
St. Anthony this year for our fish fry has a surprise for those that come for a to-go order. We put in a little card of St. Anthony and tell a great story of St. Anthony preaching to the fish. You don't want to miss out.
We run till March the 22nd. The time is from 11 to 6 p.m. So come out and visit us.
And what great stories there tonight. Big crowds on this first night of Lent. And when Elijah came back to the newsroom, you guessed it, he smelled like a fish fry. Well, to find the closest fish fry to have, we have got a great list of locations for you. Our team at WHAS11.com put them all together. Just go to our website and check them out.